The Catacombs is one of the biggest updates that has ever been added to Skyblock. And with this update came a new skill known as the Catacombs. And like any other skill, this can be leveled all the way up to level 50. Although, unlike other skills, Catacombs to level 50 is a lot harder, and some would say that Catacombs 50 is actually impossible. The amount of XP which is required for Catacombs 50 is completely irrational. Unlike other skills where it requires 55 million XP, Catacombs requires 569 million XP, which is over 10 times more. And you might be saying, well, wouldn't Catacombs be easier to level up then? Well, actually, it is not. If you go under the old XP rates, it would have been reasonable, as originally floor 10 was supposed to provide 100,000 XP, which would have meant that you'd only have to do a bit over 5,600 runs, which honestly isn't too bad. But now, since floor 8, 9 and 10 are cancelled, the only thing which might give more XP in the future is Master Mode. And no one knows how much more XP that will give. All we know that right now is that we're stuck on floor 7, getting 22,000 XP per run. This means if you want to get Catacombs 50 purely off floor 7, this means you have to complete a total of almost 26,000 runs. So let's say you're averaging about 5 minutes per run, and you have no downtime whatsoever. This would mean that it would take you 2,150 hours. And to put that into perspective of days, that means you'd be playing for almost 90 days straight without a single break just to get a skill to level 50. Now, honestly, since we're on the highest floor, that seems quite absurd, and I can't actually see anyone doing this. Now, if I compare the Catacombs to fishing, you'll be able to see a massive difference. So pretty much fishing requires 55 million XP to get to level 50, and you can get around 250,000 XP an hour, sometimes even more, meaning that it will take you around 200 hours to get to level 50, which is already 11 times less than Catacombs 50. And keep in mind, this is supposed to be the hardest skill in the game. So if the Catacombs takes 11 times longer than the hardest skill in the game, then you know there's an issue. And even, I would say that Catacombs would take longer than going for skill average 50, as probably skill average 50 would take you a bit under 1,000 hours, while the Catacombs 50 is almost 3 times of that. Now, when you've got a skill that getting to level 50 takes 3 times longer than getting 6 skills to level 50, you know you should probably do something with that skill. You might be wondering how close the number 1 player is to Catacombs 50. And well, right now the number 1 player is Deathstreaks at a level of 42.5. Now, people might think, well, this is over halfway to Catacombs 50. And I can understand where people are getting this from. Halfway to level 50 for a normal skill is at level 41. But this is definitely not the case with Catacombs. When you're at Catacombs 41, you're not halfway there, you're going to be 11% of the way to Catacombs 50. And if you're wondering what halfway is to Catacombs 50, well, it's all the way up there at Catacombs 47, which is 285 million XP in. So to go from Catacombs 0 to 47 is the same as going from level 47 to 50. Even though, like for example, I might look close at Catacombs 42, in reality, I am not. If we switch over to looking at how much Cat XP the number 1 player is on, the level 42 no longer looks as impressive. We can see Deathstreaks up here at 96 million Catacombs XP, which pretty much puts them 17% of the way to Catacombs 50. And keep in mind, Deathstreaks has grinded dungeons for months. I think they started really grinding during floor 6, and they grinded really hard all the way until the Dwarven Mine update came out. And if you look at me, who's not shown on the leaderboard right now, but it should show again very shortly, you can see that I am at Catacombs 42, and I am 8.4 million out of 24 million through the way to Catacombs 43. Now, to sort of explain how much that is, for me, 24 million XP is going to take me around 100 hours. So if I wanted to go for combat 50, I could get combat 50 faster than the time I could level my catacombs from 42 to 43. I've been dedicating my life almost to this since the release of Dungeons, and considering that I've only made it to Catacombs 42, which seems impressive, but really it isn't, that isn't that good if I've only made it out 20% of the way there. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I'm a bit under 20% of the way to Catacombs 50, and I don't know if I'm going to grind it or not. I really hope Master Mode will save us, because I do not think that Hypixel can change the XP for Catacombs 50, as it is probably way too late. But I hope Master Mode saves us, and maybe in the future dungeons, the level 50 will be easier, or who knows, Hypixel might just keep it the same. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching this video. I didn't really intend this to be a rant video, but sort of turned out to kind of be one. But yeah, if you did enjoy, subscribe, and more videos soon. Goodbye everyone.